Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I used to be in the Three Wise Men. I'm doing my own little thing now. Today, I want to go through an easy fix in the morning. A breakfast casserole. For the people out there who ain't got time to be making breakfast for everybody in the morning all the time. I've already pre-started it. This is what it's going to start looking like. You got bacon, sausage, ham, potatoes. Make sure you put them in a nice size container so you can feed yourself and a lot of other people, even maybe have leftovers. I cooked up the sausage, the bacon, fried the potatoes. Actually, my girl started this. So what we're going to do is we're going to break what looks to be a dozen eggs. Like I said, that's to make sure there's enough for everybody. Now, I've already broken one. You need a big bowl. I'm pretty sure you know that. Make sure you got a paper towel because this stuff can be messy at times. You know? So. And we will be right back after breaking all the eggs. Okay, we're back. Eggs are put in. I put a little bit of milk in here to make sure the eggs are fluffy. And now you just mix it. You can use a whisk if you want, if you're comfortable with that. I use a fork. That's what I'm comfortable with. You can add salt, pepper, whatever you want. Now what I'm going to do is take it and I'm going to pour it over this. But I'm going to do it slowly and evenly so there's no splash. And it separates evenly. Don't forget to preheat your oven to 350. Yeah, that's actually looking really good. There's that. That looks really good at this point. Now you don't have to, but I do. I shimmy and shake it. Try to spread it even better through everything. Because with all the stuff you figure you got in here, well, you know. I also add cheese. You can add any cheese you want. My girl started doing this. It actually tasted pretty good. She does the mild cheddar. So, you're going to evenly spread that. You can do it like that, or you can even shake it in like this. It doesn't really matter. It's going to get everywhere. It's cheese, so you got to figure it's going to melt, right? Make sure you get it all in there. Like I said, any kind of cheese you like. Spread it out though, because you don't want big glops. Because it's even harder to melt when it's big glops of it. You could put regular cheddar in there. You can do Swiss. Whatever you, your family, whoever likes. We'll start off with one bag first. Like I said, mine's mild cheddar. Then I shake it around, spread it out. That way it melts evenly. This makes things so easy in the mornings when you're in a rush. There we go. Aluminum foil over top. Make sure it's on there. Now some of the cheese when it melts will get on there, onto the foil. Okay, that's on there. So what now? I'm going to open the oven. Like I said, I preheated it. I'm gonna put it in there. Now I'm gonna shut this. I'm gonna set my timer for at least 35 minutes to start. That's not how long it's gonna. It could take 35 minutes. It could take even, depending on your oven and things like that. Remember, it's you got to constantly check things. Those out there that cook all the time, you know, it's a constant thing. All stoves are different. You got your electric, you got your gas. The heat's different in it, so you constantly got to check. I put this on for 35 minutes. That way, I come back down here, I check it after 35 minutes. Not done, put it in even longer. After that, I'll continuously check it every 10 minutes or 15. Now, we'll be back with the results of when I check it in 30 minutes, 35 minutes. All right, we'll be right back after this. Okay, we're back. 40 minutes into it. I know I said 30, 35, but I did take the stuff out. Don't forget to use your oven mitts when you take it out. Again, this could be fun for the whole family to do together. Like when you're putting stuff together, you can invite your kids to do it to help you out. You cook the stuff, you let it cool down, you let them break apart the bacon, break apart sausage, or even help you out with anything, even mixing. So it is fun for the kids too to help you. And in the midst of cooking it, you can go off, set your timer, go off, clean your house, sit down and drink coffee if you drink coffee. Do whatever you got to do. The timer goes off, you come back, you get it out. Let's take a look at this, see what it looks like, shall we? As you see, I do have it out. Now be careful, this is hot. So you got to be careful not to touch the sides at all. Ooh, make sure you have a spatula because you got to get a lot of this off too. Like I said, it becomes cheesy and it melts and stuff. Ooh, look at that. That is a lot of cheese, ain't it? Okay. Well, as you see, it turned out like this. Let's cut it down the middle, see what it looks like, shall we? Like I said, as you see, the juices are in here. Okay, let me bring you closer so you can see it as well. It'll take a second. But, as you can tell, looking good. Problem with that is, though, like I said, the juices are still in it, as you can tell. I don't know if you can see that or not, but the juices are in there still from the egg. Now, turn that on even better, huh? So always check it. Just don't do it because, eat it because you think it's done. That could be very bad. So, what we'll probably do, as you can tell, again, see if we get a better view, shall we? So you can tell you can see the juices. Even I can see that through the camera. That's not juices. That's still egg. But I take it and I'll cut it down the middle, straight down, and I'll go angle-wise like this. So the yolk and the egg go like this. Always get the sides too. I found it to be easier when it's all done. Yeah. Put you back down here. Okay. Get this moving around. Put this off to the side. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, since it's got that much juice, I'm going to put this back on. like that. See, nice and good. Let's bring it to the edge here. Now I'm going to open the oven. And by the looks of them juices, the egg's still not all the way cooked. Put it back at the bottom. Close to the heat. Close your door. And set your timer. Again, as much as that on there, I would say another, I don't know, let's try 20 minutes. Like I said, you don't want to do too much, because if you do, you can dry it out. You don't want to dry it out. Alright? This is something you can make a day prior at nighttime. Like I said, it's fun for you to spend time with your kids doing this maybe. Or a spouse putting this together. You cook it, you break it apart, you put it in a pan. You can put it in the fridge for the next day. Get it out. Everything's already cooked. Then you just add the egg like I showed you. Alright? So it is a good thing. And it's actually filling. So when we come back, hopefully it'll be done. If not, we'll check it out and we'll go by based on how much egg can still be in there or not. But remember, when it's done cooking, all you got to do every day until it's done, you can put it on a plate, put it in the microwave, heat it up. I personally wouldn't. You'll dry it out that way, I think. But you can put it back in the oven for a few minutes. It'll be heated up. Alright, I'll be back with you to check on it. Alright, it's time to check it. After another 20 minutes in there, let's take a look, shall we? That actually smells really good. Remember, always wear mitts. For you adults, you know this. It's common sense. And it is still hot. So carefully take this off. Okay. Ooh, that actually looks really good. Okay, let's check it. Don't see no egg yolk no more. See a lot of melted cheese, which is a good thing. Check over here. Now don't be worried if you see a little liquid on top, because that's going to happen. It's going to have what they call a little shine to it, because you did have liquid in there. Looks good. Now that it looks good, it's done cooking. Turn your stove off, or your oven. Start to cut. Cut it any way you want. I cut it this way. It's just me and my girl and my little pup. It smells really good. Always remember to get the sides because they stick. You could add more cheese if you want. Like personally, I love cheese. I've already washed a lot of dishes, so what I'm going to do is get a paper plate out. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to have to move you back a little bit. Put the plate there. Let's take a look at the outcome, shall we? I personally want this part in the corner. And because it was wet, it will be easy to come out. Remember, you don't want it too long in there because you'll dry it out. Take a look. Get this over for you out. Clean that off. My fork. I like to recover it because, well, it keeps it warm in case you want more. Depending on the dish pan, sometimes they cool quickly. And some other times they really don't. If you got small kids or animals that like to get into things, try to move it back. That way they can't get into it or touch it while it's hot. Always make sure your oven's off because, well, let's face it, you don't want issues, problems. I like to make sure everything's clean before I sit down and I eat. As you can tell, that food looks really good. I'm washing my spatula. Right now it's only me here. So I like to make sure everything's cleaned up, nice and good. No mess. No fuss, no muss, right? Anyway, back to this. I personally like syrup on mine. I don't know why, but I do. It's like having somewhat of a pancakes. You can do this, you can eat the way it is. Like I said, I like syrup. Gives that more of a maple flavor to it. Now you can use any bacon, any sausage, but preferably the sausage you get out of the roll because it's easier to chop up. Okay? Now, I'm going to go sit at my table and give this a try. Because it actually looks good, smells awesome. Let's give this a try, shall we? Now watch as I cut it. It looks good. It's actually so good that I actually have a visitor. This is my little pup. Yeah, he wants some too. It's alright to give a dog a little bit. Not too much because too much fatty bacon or anything like that. Give it a whirl. Yeah, that's really good. Like I said, even if it's just you at the time, you can have leftovers, or it's good for the whole family. You can put it in your fridge after setting it up. Make the rest the next day, or you can reheat it. It's very good the next day too. Just don't keep it in too long because, again, it will dry out and you don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this and probably give a little bit to my pup since he's sitting here staring at me. But give it a try. Like I said, I'm from the Three Wise Guys. We did some old laws that were ridiculous. They're still in effect. My brother did a Bill's thing. I'm starting my own thing right now. Cooking. My girl will be doing bean soup later. We'll get that and post it. Later down the line, I want to do maybe shrimp Alfredo, some nice spaghetti with meat sauce, and hot sausage in it, and other things. Most people have tuna noodle casserole. I do chicken noodle casserole. Either way. But I'll get back to you on all that. If you like what you see, make comments. Give me some ideas. I would love to have actually ideas to try. Be awesome. Please subscribe. And until next time, keep watching the cooking. I'm Robert. See you later.